Good evening. Welcome to California Today. I'm David Zhang. Here is a preview of some of today's top stories. Rally-goers protested at a children's story time when a drag queen was invited to read at a college. Parents called the event inappropriate. A Southern California city's police department plans to adopt a full electric vehicle fleet. It plans to replace their current gas-powered cars with Teslas. The Oakland School District and the local teachers union have finally reached an agreement following a week-long teacher strike. Teachers will get a pay raise, bonus, and more. First up, locals protested at a college in Northern California for hosting a controversial reading event. They say the weekend event was inappropriate and did not help children develop skills to thrive in the future.
On Saturday, Las Positas College in Livermore, California, held a drag queen story time during its Literary Arts Festival. But some locals are rallying against it.
We're here to just rally for the children that are inside getting read by the Drag Queen Story Hour, which is very concerning for all of us here, that they are being indoctrinated, and we're fearful for the minds of these little children that have no choice. And what we're hoping is that that the drag queens understand that they have the freedom to do what they want, but not to indoctrinate the children.
I only hear that there were 7 children in there, but that was 7 too many. Evidently, the person doing the drag reading, had an inappropriate attire on where they can see through the dress.
Luis Reynoso, a board of trustee for the Chabot Las Positas Community College District, who attended as a private citizen, said he's disappointed with what he saw.
How dare you allow kids to literally hug a naked man, practically a naked man. As far as the school providing the venue, there's better ways to spend money if they want to promote reading. This is not the way to do it. You cannot promote immorality with this.
This kind of behavior and events is for adults, 18 and older. If you want to do that, if you're 18 and older, that's fine. Go do it, have fun. But when you're bringing children, innocent children, to groom, indoctrinate, pervert, then we're going to speak up.
I saw a few run back to their parents, and they looked somewhat uncomfortable, but that's just my observation.
These children need to grow up in a safe environment. That's why we send them to school. That's why we send them to college, so they can be productive in future in our society.
By holding the rally, they hope parents are aware and will not encourage their children to go to such events. In addition, they hope the school can focus on other practical life aspects like improving technology and way of life.
In an email response to NTD, the college said the event was a part of the festival to provide, quote, a safe and inclusive environment for all members of the community by lifting the voices of a diverse group of storytellers. Meanwhile, Southern California's city of South Pasadena plans to replace their police fleet with electric vehicles by early 2024. City leaders say the move is to help make the department more economical.
The South Pasadena Police Department in Los Angeles County is transitioning to an all-Tesla electric vehicle fleet. They announced plans to lease 10 Tesla Model Ys and 10 Model 3s and be fully transitioned by February 2024. To get the fleet customized and ready for police work, they partnered with Tesla Customizer Unplugged Performance.
We're proud to announce the world's first 100% EV police fleet.
I'm just really excited and feel fortunate to have the opportunity to really advance an area in law enforcement that was kind of ripe for innovation.
The city's police chief, Brian Solinsky, said in a statement, quote, "We have been investigating this transition for 5 to 6 years and determined that these electric vehicles will be the best operationally for us." South Pasadena Deputy City Manager Dominica Megodician said that over the next 10 years, the city could save over $300,000 per vehicle in maintenance and fuel costs. Jason Blair, NTD News, California.
And back in the Bay Area, the Oakland School District and the Teachers Union have agreed on some new terms and conditions. This comes as the teachers have been on strike since last week.
The Oakland Unified School District and striking teachers have reached a tentative agreement on 4, quote, common good provisions during the walkout that is now in its second week. Superintendent Kyla Johnson-Trammell listed some highlights of the agreement.
A store compensation package for all OEA members, 10% raise retroactive November 1st, 2022, one-time $5,000 off schedule payment.
In addition, there will be salary increases from 11% to 22.3%, including an annual step increase for teachers. This marks the end of the 7-day strike. The Oakland Education Association, a union that represents 3,000 educators, counselors, and other workers, has called off the strike. The district said Monday it is a transition day to prepare for school to resume Tuesday. The union previously claimed the district failed to bargain in good faith on a new 3-year contract and higher salaries. The striking workers want their contract to also include provisions that address racial equity, homelessness, and environmental justice for students. Other common good demands include providing more mental health support, fixing deteriorating schools, and offering subsidized transportation for low-income students. The strike comes at the end of the school year, which wraps up May 25th. But the district's 80 schools will remain open to the district's 34,000 students, with meals being offered and office staff educating and supervising.
Speaking of schools, the California government may gain more control over California classrooms. City leaders are taking a stand against a new bill, claiming to revolutionize classrooms. If passed, local school boards will be prohibited from banning curriculums without state approval.
City leaders in Mission Viejo are taking a stand against a new assembly bill that would prohibit local school boards from banning curriculum, textbooks, and instructional material without state approval. Assembly Bill 1078 was authored by Democratic Assemblyman Corey Jackson. He says it is intended to, quote, revolutionize classrooms. The bill will also require school textbooks and other materials to be more diverse and inclusive. A resolution to oppose AB 1078 was introduced by Councilwoman Wendy Bucknam and supported by council members Bob Roush, Mayor Brian Goodell, and Mayor Pro Tem Trish Kelly. During an April 25th meeting, Bucknam argues that the bill is an attempt to take away control from local governing boards. She says, quote, we feel that our local school boards and governments are closest to the community that we serve and were directly elected by that community to make decisions for students and teachers. The bill passed the Assembly Education Committee in a 5-2 vote on April 26 and was referred to appropriations for the coming weeks.
A proposed bill in California would legalize the possession and facilitated use of certain psychedelic substances. An accelerated process allowed the bill to skip committee consideration and head straight to the Senate floor.
Earlier this month, Senate Bill 58, authored by Democratic State Senator Scott Wiener, cleared the Senate Appropriations Committee without a hearing. Wiener first proposed psychedelic legalization back in 2021, but the Appropriations Committee, which is known for gutting drug-related bills, had stalled the process. He reintroduced SB 58 back in December. In March, the bill was finally passed by the Senate Public Safety Committee and a hearing was set with the Appropriations Committee. Instead of letting the legislative process continue, Wiener invoked Senate Rule 28.8. According to the California Senate website, the rule may be invoked if there is a negligible fiscal impact. It says, quote, if the chair determines that any state costs of a bill are not significant, the measure will be sent directly to the Senate floor for second reading without a hearing in the committee. If passed, SB 58 will decriminalize plant-based and other natural hallucinogens and will prevent law enforcement from charging those holding the drugs with a criminal penalty.
We'll take a short break now, but here's a look at what we have for you when we come back. A California-based startup has plans to launch the world's first commercial space station. The space station will feature onboard Wi-Fi and a large window dome. Parts of Yosemite National Park are closed again due to concerns of flooding from this year's massive snowpack. And San Francisco held its annual Rose Show over the weekend to celebrate Mother's Day. The event featured a contest and taught people how to grow roses in their own gardens. Those stories and more coming up on California Today. Welcome back to California Today. I'm your host, David Zhang. Vast, a California-based startup, plans to use a SpaceX rocket to launch what it hopes to be the world's first commercial space station and transport passengers to and from the orbiting outpost. Vast, a pioneer in space habitation technologies located in Southern California, announced their plans to launch the world's first commercial space station, called Haven 1. The company says Haven 1 will initially act as an independent crewed space station. Later, it is set to be connected as a module to a larger Vast space station in development. It is scheduled to launch on a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket to low Earth orbit no sooner than August 2025. Tom Ochinero, Senior Vice President of Commercial Business at SpaceX, said, quote, "A commercial rocket launching a commercial spacecraft with commercial astronauts to a commercial space station is the future of low Earth orbit. And with Vast, we're taking another step toward making that future a reality." The mission will be quickly followed by Vast 1, the first human spaceflight mission to Haven 1 on a SpaceX Dragon spacecraft. The vehicle and its 4-person crew will dock with Haven 1 for up to 30 days while orbiting Earth. Vast also secured an option with SpaceX for an additional human spaceflight mission to Haven 1. The space station will feature always-on, onboard Wi-Fi, 1,000 watts of power, and 24/7 communications, a large window dome for viewing and photography, and the ability to have up to 150 kilograms of preloaded cargo. Based in Long Beach, Vast has a 115,000 square foot facility for construction of the module and a team of 140 members. Vast's announcement came as Russia announced last July that it will pull out of the International Space Station program after 2024. Experts are predicting a forecast of flooding as warming temperatures melt this winter's massive snowpack. 3 popular campgrounds are taking precautions and will be closing their parks.
Beginning May 15th, 3 popular Yosemite National Park campgrounds will be temporarily closed to the public. Following the Sierra Nevada's massive snowpack, the National Weather Service issued a flood watch for the area as temperatures are expected to rise through Friday. Park officials said Sunday that the Lower and North Pines campgrounds and the housekeeping camp will be closed over fears that waterways could overspill their banks. According to a statement, the park says, quote, "The combination of an extended hot weather and abundant snow means the Merced River may remain above flood stage for some time." Late last month, eastern sections of the famed Yosemite Valley were closed for a few days over fears of floods that never materialized. Park officials will continue to provide updates on these closures.
The city of Bakersfield was reported with the highest number of burglaries in the United States, according to a study by a national insurance company. However, the local police department is questioning the numbers.
2 California cities were named to have the most burglaries in the United States, but law enforcement in one of those cities are wondering if this is accurate. A study recently released by Insurify claims Bakerfield's home burglary rate was 847 per 100,000 residents, but the outcome was reached using crime reports that are several years old.
Bakersfield Police Department's Sergeant Robert Pear told the Epoch Times he tried several methods to match the statistics, but was unsuccessful. According to Insurify, a Massachusetts-based virtual insurance agent, its data science team used data from the FBI's 2019 crime reports. An Insurify spokesperson told the Epoch Times that data was the most up-to-date information they had. Last year, the FBI switched from the Universal Crime Reporting Program to the National Incident-Based Reporting System. National crime statistics are not yet available for 2022. But so far this year, Bakersfield has had 276 residential burglaries, equating to 67 per 100,000. According to the study, another California city, Vallejo, made the list of most burglaries. At 834 per 100,000 residents, it's the second highest in the nation. The national average was 347 burglaries per 100,000 residents.
Yeah, I was coming home from school and the screen window had been broken into, was shattered, and I didn't realize it because I walked into the door and the door was unlocked and all the lights were on, and I saw that the window had been broken into and I just left. And I had called the police and everything, and we found some stuff had been taken. Yeah, that happened to me about a year ago.
Unsafe anywhere now, in the Bay Area or in California in general. It was locked in the basement, and someone just, broke the lock and took it.
Yeah, we're just more cautious about things, and we try to, not give our address out to just anybody or things like that. I don't know, because we had no clue who had done it, so we just try to be more cautious about things ever since then.
On the other hand, Naples, Florida, and Washington, D.C. experienced the lowest burglary rates in the country at 122 and 125 burglaries per 100,000 residents, respectively. David Lamb, NTD News, California.
Newport Beach suggests a better way to help the homeless. The city is asking residents not to give money or goods to the homeless, but to donate to the Good Giving campaign.
Newport Beach officials encourage residents to donate to the Good Giving campaign for the homeless instead of giving them cash or food. City Manager Grace Lurng said that the fund will help them on a path to finding and maintaining permanent housing. Councilwoman Robin Grant told the Epoch Times that panhandling can be dangerous and the Good Giving program offers a safer way to help. Existing signs posted throughout the city read, quote, "Say no to panhandling, say yes to good giving." The signs also direct people to the website. The city also partners with outside agencies to offer case management services for the homeless, provide the usage of shared shelter, and help to contact police officers and homeless coordinators. Bill Thomas, NTD News, Newport Beach.
Mother's Day and flowers seem to be a perfect match. And in San Francisco's Golden Gate Park, one organization held a show and a contest for none other than roses on this special day. Along with honoring mothers, the group hopes they can inspire people to give roses a try in their own gardens. NTD's Jason Blair has more.
This Sunday, the San Francisco Rose Society held its 82nd annual Rose Show. It's a free event that attracts local and out-of-town rose enthusiasts, as well as casual flower appreciators who stop in to check out the wide variety of displays.
It's nice to share the roses with the moms and spend the day in the park.
And before the show gets started, there's a contest with judges picking the top winners for a royal court display.
Ones behind me are the court of the show. We've got the Queen, King, and Princess. And among all the hybrid teas and all the different categories, we pick the most beautiful, and then the judges pick the most beautiful of the beautiful.
Visitors browsed, took plenty of photos, and admired the fresh fragrances and all the different colors from one of the world's most popular flowers.
There was one very, it's not miniature, but small rose, but it was purple. And then typically it's not my favorite color, but that one looked like perfect.
We always hope that the public can see the different variety of roses you can grow and learn too. There's a myth that you can't grow roses in San Francisco. It is possible. Yes, we have fog. Yes, it can be a little challenging, but you can grow roses here. So we try to inspire people to grow their own roses.
The San Francisco Rose Society is part of the American Rose Society, Along with hosting the popular event, they also do pruning demonstrations, as well as host monthly meetings on how to grow, show, and take photos of roses. Jason Blair, NTD News, San Francisco.
Now let's check in with NTD's David Lamb for today's Sports Roundup.
Thanks, David. I'm David Lamb, in for Tyler Castillo. Here's today's California Today Sports Roundup. The Los Angeles Lakers advanced to round 3 of the NBA playoffs after eliminating the Golden State Warriors in round 2. The Lakers joined in the playoffs after eliminating the Timberwolves in the play-in round to enter the playoffs and are now one more step away from the finals. Stephen Curry was the only Warriors player to reach over 20 points in the game, acquiring 32 points for himself. LeBron James led the Lakers with 30 points, and Austin Reeves scored 23 points to help the Lakers with the victory at home. The Lakers will now face off against the Denver Nuggets tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Lakers 122, Warriors 101. Mookie Betts hit a 2-run home run, and Tony Gonsolin pitched 5 scoreless innings as Los Angeles continued its dominance over visiting San Diego. Rookie Miguel Vargas had a 2-run double for the Dodgers to finish off a 3-game sweep that was their 11th consecutive regular season series victory over the Padres. Los Angeles has gone 28-6 against San Diego in that stretch. Gonsolin gave up 2 hits with 1 walk and 6 strikeouts over 85 pitches in his 4th start of the season, while lowering his ERA to 1.42. Padres left-hander Ryan Weathers gave up 4 runs over 5 2/3 innings in his return to the major leagues as San Diego saw its losing streak reach 5 games. Dodgers 4, Padres 0. Christian Walker scored from first base on Lourdes Gurriel Jr.'s walk-off double as Arizona beat San Francisco in Phoenix. Walker drew a leadoff walk in the bottom of the 9th from Tyler Rogers, and Gurriel followed with a double into the left field corner to easily score the winning run. Miguel Castro pitched a scoreless 9th inning for Arizona, which has won 3 straight after losing the series opener on Thursday. Thairo Estrada had 2 of San Francisco's 3 hits. The loss overshadowed another strong outing by Giants starter Logan Webb, who allowed 1 run on 3 hits over 7 innings. Michael Conforto hit his 3rd homer in his last 5 games. Diamondbacks 2, Giants 1. And that wraps up our California Today Sports Roundup. Back to you, David.
Thanks, David, and that's all we've got for you tonight. We would like you to join us again on California Today every weekday at 8:30 p.m. Make sure to check out our broadcasts on our California Today webpage. You can find it at ntd.com/California-today. You can also find all of our top latest clips there, ready to share with friends and family. Send us a message on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, or through our email california.today@ntd.com. I'm David Zhang. Have a wonderful evening.